All right, this is the geometry review for Unit 7, 2D and 3D shapes. So we're going to go through and work on this. There's going to be video in a couple different parts here. So this is going to be part 1. So let's take a look at what we have here. So the first one says find the area and perimeter of the triangle with the vertices given. So we're going to go through and plug those in. So I have -3, 1, 2, 3. +2, there's the A. B is at 1, -2. There's the B, and the C is 1, 3. So I'm going to go through here and here. There we go. All right, so first thing says part A says use the distance formula to classify the triangle as scalene, isosceles, or equilateral. So I need to go through and do my Pythagorean theorem. So I'm going to box off what I have here to find my distance. So these are the pieces I'm going to be talking about here. So my distance formula is going to be x squared plus y squared equals my distance squared. Or I could just rewrite it as distance is equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared. So I'm going to do this right here for this. So it's going to be, let's start with AC. So AC is going to be my distance now. So it's my x. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 squared plus, that's going to be 1 squared. And then I'm going to take the square root. So AC is equal to the square root of, that's 16 plus 1, 17. And I'm going to do the approximation on this later, but I'm just going to leave it as that right there. So now the next thing is going to be AB. So for AB, it's going to be my x value is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And my y value is 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to be the square root. So 16, 16. So AB is equal to the square root of, that's 16 and that's 16. So add them, it's 32. So I have that one. So I have AC, AB, and now for this one, for BC, I don't actually have to use Pythagorean theorem because it's on the line. So since it's on the line, I could just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So BC is equal to 5 units. Now, equilateral means all sides are the same. Isosceles means 2 sides are the same. Scalene means none of the sides are same. So I have my values here, none of them are the same, so this is scalene. There we go. So we have scalene for that one. Now, the next one says find the perimeter. Now, the perimeter is going to be all the values added together. So let's go ahead and take a look. So since I have my values right here, I'm going to scoot this up so we can do this. So my perimeter, since it's a triangle, I'm going to have all the sides. So it's going to be square root of 17 plus square root of 32 plus 5. So on my calculator, I'm going to do this here. So square root 17 plus square root 32 plus 5. And I get 14.5 as my perimeter. And that's going to be in units. Perimeter is going to be linear, and so round to the 10th. That's how I got that. Okay, the next part says find the area of the triangle. So now let's go back to this one right here. So given the area, I need to know a couple things. The formula for area, I'll write this down. It's going to be 1/2 base times height. 1/2 base times height. Now for this right here for my shape, it's going to be easy because my base is on the line. So since it's on the line, and then my height, I could actually just count up my height to see how tall it is. So when they're on the line like that, just go ahead and make it easy. So my base, so area is equal to 1/2. The base, I counted for BC, was 5, times the height, I count up the height, which is going to be, here, let me go back here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 4. So right here, it's going to be 1/2 times that. Area is 10 units square. Now for number 2, graph the triangle, vertices. Okay, use graph to answer the parts A through C. So again, same thing. So -3, -3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be A. Next one's going to be -2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. B and C is going to be 3, 2. There we go. All right, so explain how to find the area of the triangle. So that's going to be the first thing. So the first thing, since it is not on the line, so we're going to end up using the box method. So I'm going to draw a box, and it's going to incorporate all the largest parts. So let's see, that goes to there, and all the way down to here. Box method, yay. All right, so draw box. Okay, draw box, and then we're going to find area of each part. Okay, so we're going to find the area of the parts that I'm not going to include. And I'm going to number these as I go. So this is going to be right here. I'm going to call that number 1. So the area of a triangle is going to be, so if you notice right here, it says right here, find the area of the triangle. So I'm actually going to do this as I go and actually write in my answers of what I'm doing. So right here, so for 1/2, my base, so it's going to be the x value, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The height, 1, 2. So that's going to be 5 units square. Now part 2, this is going to be number 2 here, so that's that piece right there. Now it's 1/2. 1/2, and so my base is going to be 1. That's my x value is 1. My height is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to be 3.5 units squared. And then I have part 3, which is going to be right there. Oh, sorry. So for part 3, so my x value, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 1/2, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 15 units squared. So area of each part. So now the next thing. So we have all those pieces. Now we need to just get that. So it's going to be area of box. So the area of the box is going to be base times height. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 6 times height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. equals 42 units square. And so now the next piece, so subtract, okay, parts from box. So I'm going to have 42, sorry, you can't see that. So it's going to be 42 minus the parts. So it's going to be 15 minus 3.5 minus 5. Calculator on this. So let me clear that. There we go. So it's 42 minus 15 minus 3.5 minus 5. And so my area is going to be 18.5 units square. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, for this next part, it says suppose triangle was dilated by a scale factor of 4. Okay, the scale factor is 4. So we know that if that's a scale factor, that's a linear scale factor. Okay, so it's going to be 4 over 1. So that's going to be the ratio of my dilation. It's 4 over 1. Now, we know that area, no matter what, even using scale factor, area is always going to be square. So my scale factor is going to be 16 over 1, where 4 is going to represent my new larger triangle, and 1 represents the original triangle. So it's going to be 16 over 1 equals x, which I don't know that one because I don't know what the new larger triangle is going to be, but I know that the current triangle is 18.5. Okay, I got that from my previous year. So I'm going to use that in cross products. So I do my cross products and I get x is equal to 16 times 18.5. See if I can do that. All right, so 16 times 18.5, and I get 296. So the new area would be 296 units square. All right, so now for this next one, for number 3, it says you're planning to lay down sod in your backyard. Sod costs $35 per square yard. How much will it cost to lay out sod? Units on the graph showed in yards, so these are in yards square. So what I need to do with this is I need to break it up into the pieces. So let's take a look. So if I cut here, let's cut here, here, I have, so by doing that, I have a bunch of simple shapes. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes here. So my 5 shapes consist of, I have 2 triangles, 2 rectangles, and a parallelogram. So going through this, okay, let's go through and I'm going to number it. So number 1, so let's call this 1. So for part 1, it's going to be 1/2 base. Since it's a triangle, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a height, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives me 12 yard squared. Number 2, which is right here, that's going to be 1/2. It's another triangle. The base is going to be 6. The height is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 12 yards squared. Now 3, number 3 right here, that's going to be a rectangle. So that's going to be, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the height, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be, let's see, 54 yards squared. So now, let's see, slide up slightly. Okay, part 4 is going to be another rectangle, which is basically going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. The height is going to be 9. That's going to be 36 yards squared. And part 5, which is a parallelogram, which is base times height. So it's going to be this right here, which is going to be 9, because that's going to be the base. And then the height, this is only going to be 2 units tall. So 1, 2. 18. So we need to add all those up, and that's going to give me my area. So I have 12 plus 12 plus 54 plus 36 plus 18. Enter. I get 132 yards squared. Now, how much will it cost? So go back to the question. We got the yard squared. How much will it cost? If it's $35 per, so it's going to be 35, okay, times my 132 yards squared. So 132 times 35, and we come up with 4,620. So it's going to cost you that much to lay down sod for this whole thing.